Hello, my friend. Chef Binks here.
And I'm Dr. Derek Alessi.
The following recipe, which you're about to enjoy, a positive of it, is brought to you by our friends over at favediets.com. Spice rubbed pork tenderloin. Love pork dishes, love the flavor of it. One thing that pork needs though, Doc, is sweet. It always needs a little sweet, and I've been pestering you for that sweet substitute. I said molasses.
We talked about this,
no,
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I said brown sugar. You said, no, absolutely not. That's molasses and sugar put together. Obviously, we're not using raw sugar.
We're trying to stay away from sugar coatings on it, of course, because we don't want to spike the blood sugar level, but what are you thinking?
I'm thinking honey. I especially like it for pork because it adds another unique flavor. You don't need to use a lot in order to sort of trick the palate into thinking that you're eating something sweet. So can we use just a teeny bit of that?
Teeny bit of honey. Is it raw?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Raw honey.
The good stuff, yeah.
There are some good qualities about it in terms of anti-inflammatory properties, but let's just use a little bit of it just for the taste and the flavor, and then we'll move on from there.
Okay, wonderful. What we're going to do is make a very, very simple rub. One of the ingredients you can buy right in the store is this is the chili garlic sauce. You can find that right in the Asian section in the store. Wonderful flavor. 1 gram of sugar for that much.
Very low sugar.
Very, very low sugar.
Spicy. I could smell that from here.
Oh, it's really good stuff. Going to add a lot of flavor into it. A little cumin, little coriander.
Coriander, excellent.
Just a little teeny bit there. And we're going to add our honey. Now, I have so little in here. You see how much that is?
Okay, you have a tablespoon.
Yeah, I literally have it. Well,
soup spoon?
Yeah, soup spoon is not quite a tablespoon. That's a little bit less. We're going to whip this up, mix it together. That sweet is going to cut the hot and add a tremendous amount of flavor. We've got our pan that's preheated. We want to sear off the pork before we pop it in the oven. Canola oil in this case.
Canola. So we're switching it up here. We're using canola oil, which is still a very good mono unsaturated fat. Awesome to cook with. Remember, you cannot cook with a polyunsaturated fat like flax oil or fish oil. You have to use a monounsaturated fat, olive oil, canola oil.
Okay, this is also rapidly expanding in the pan and spreading out very, very nicely. It does not have, notice the smoke on there, it doesn't have the same flash point as olive oil, so you're going to want to keep a close eye on this guy. While I add the marinade on here, we're going to almost be ready to go.
Okay, we have our pork tenderloin, which is an excellent source of protein.
Okay.
And very lean, may I add. Some people think that pork is very fatty. It's really not, and this is trimmed down. All the excess saturated animal fat is cut off the side. It looks fantastic.
Now, we're pan-searing this. You could certainly pop it on the grill, but look at that. Isn't that lovely? The color and everything else, that's going to come out so nicely when it hits the pan. It's going to sizzle like crazy, but then we're going to pop it right on a sheet tray, get her in the oven, and we're going to be good to go.
Okay.
All right, I like it, I like it. We're seasoning all sides here, get a lot of flavor on there. Anything that's left over we'll throw on before we pop it in the oven, and we're going to hit the pan. Watch yourself. Love rubs, they're fast, they're easy. If you buy them in the jar, they can be expensive and loaded with sugar and salt.
Loaded
That's why
with sugar,
we're doing this, yeah.
Sugar and sodium, look at that, it's important.
Okay, we've got a nice brown seared finish on the pork. I love the sheet trays with a little bit of aluminum foil. It saves on cleanup and less sticking. If you are worried about the pork sticking because you have a lot of the glaze on it, the little mister is a wonderful way to solve that problem.
Olive oil in the mister?
Oh yeah, always, always. That's the only thing I put in the mister. We're going to put that right on there, kill that, and this little bit of extra marinade that I had, we're going to put right on top. It's okay that the pork was marinated in this because it's going to go into the oven and continue to cook. That's going to create a lovely little crust. 350, 400 degree oven, about 10 to 15 minutes to the desired doneness that you like. I like it medium rare. We'll be back in just a minute and get this one done. Oh, yeah, buddy. That is what I'm talking about. Watch yourself, my friend. Very hot.
It smells great.
Yes. Oh, look at that. Is that not beautiful or what?
That is beautiful.
Now, the nice thing about adding that extra chili sauce on top of this is notice how it's sort of caramelized on top. It's reduced, some of the liquid is cooked out of it, so we've added a lot of flavor.
A lot of flavor without any sugar.
Look at that, too.
Wonderful.
Yeah, now notice I didn't cook it to death.
No.
You don't need to cook pork to death. Everybody thinks that you've got to go well done on this, and it's really just not the case. We are in good shape. A nice, tasty dish. in the oven for the winter time, even on the grill. During the summertime, you've got a lot of flavor going on here in a beautiful little dish.
Lean protein and very little sugar, nothing to spike the blood sugar level. I love it.
I hope you enjoyed this delicious
and healthy recipe.
For more, go to see our friends at favediets.com.